All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the elder high priest that taught my elder apostles. Double honors unto my elder apostles and elder bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect. All right, this is the brother Atazaria from the Great Millstone, Houston. And this is going to be based off of something Elder Apostle Tahar had said, about Babylon flinching. He was like, that's a lesson right now. And also, better late than never, because I've been meaning to get to this particular topic. Okay, and then when I was looking at the YouTube, I believe it was yesterday, I got this screenshot here. All right. It says, Trump chickens out. China mocks defeat. Yeah. China called they bluff, man. Okay? And Babylon flinched. And then we're going to get the definition for flinch. Let me do this. All right, let's go here. And this is from Google, the AI overview. To flinch means to make a sudden, involuntary movement, usually in response to pain, fear, or something unexpected. Yeah. Fear, okay, a losing, okay, or something unexpected. What, y'all thought China was just gonna back down? Oh, okay, well, yeah, we'll fold. Nobody's folding, okay, and the scriptures speak to that, okay. The scriptures say it these last days. Well, let's just get it. Let's do this. Let me do this. Okay. Matter of fact, let me go here. And we just gonna put in plowshares. Watch this. All right. And 3 scriptures come up. Because I had already pulled up plowshare on my other phone, but I say, let me pull it up on here so it, get the visual too. All right. So when you put in plowshares, there's 3 scriptures that come up. Okay. So we're going to make a couple of points. Now, the first one is going to be from the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, and the 10th verse. It says, beat your plowshares into swords. See, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay. Now, what is a plowshare? What is a pruning hook? Okay. Because we know what swords and spears are, right? Those are instruments of war. So it's saying beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. So let's do this. Let's go to the Google.
Here's the definition of pruning hook. A cutting tool used for pruning, consisting of a hook blade on a long handle.
Yeah. Let's see, can we get some images? See there? You use that to cultivate. Okay. So that would make you would come to the conclusion that these people were into agriculture. Okay. Now let's get plowshares. Okay. A plowshare is a short blade-like part of a plow that cuts into the soil, forming a furrow so that you can put the seeds into the soil. Okay. Its primary component responsible for loosening and moving the soil. The plowshare is typically made of steel and is located at the front of the plow, following the coulter, okay, which is set of ground-breaking spikes, okay, creating a furrow, a ditch, or a trench. Yeah, and then you drop the seeds, you go back and cover it up. Okay, so these are agricultural tools. These are tools that nations use that were really known for agriculture only. But now, these nations have all the same weapon technology as Babylon the Great, and better. Okay, China has surpassed Babylon's technology. Russia has missile technology that surpasses Babylon's. Okay, so these nations that were once weak or and known for agriculture and these things, okay, are now, uh, how would you say it? Now they're equipped, okay, with all the right weaponry, and in some cases, more or better weaponry than what Babylon the Great has. Okay, because see, at one time, you know, this nation would go around and bully the world. Okay, always sticking their nose in someone else's business. Matter of fact, check this out. There are 273 diplomatic representations worldwide, including embassies, consulates, and missions to the international organizations. This includes 168 embassies and high commissions. The U.S. Department of State oversees these diplomatic missions, representing the U.S. in approximately 180 countries. 273 and in 180 countries. Okay? So that means they've occupied these places. Okay? Okay, let's do this. 195. So that's damn near all of them. See that? The world bully. Okay? Now let's go back to the scriptures. Okay? Joel 3 and 10, once again, it says, beat your plowshares into swords. Okay? And your pruning hooks into spears, weapons of war. Let the weak say I'm strong. See, now they all these other nations are like, no more shoving it. We not taking it no more. Okay? And what you gonna do? You see, America, Babylon is so used to these other nations flinching, you see, that they thought it was gonna get the same response. And then when it was met with the response that was, out of the ordinary, what did they do? They flinched. They backtracked. You see? Out of fear. Okay? As it said in the definition. So yeah, Babylon flinched, man. Okay? You know what happens. You get two for flinching. You know that. That's how the game is played. You get two for flinching. Double unto her. Double according to the works. Okay? All right. Now, I also wanted to point this out, which lets you know we're not under the second covenant yet. Because if so, Isaiah 2 and 4, Micah 4 and 3 would be in effect. Okay? Now, matter of fact, let me read Isaiah 2 and 4. Okay? As you can see, we'll read them. Isaiah 2 and 4. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. See, we're not there yet. Okay? And this also lets you know that those people that are occupying our land are not the true biblical people, and the Heavenly Father did not set that up. Okay, now ultimately, yes, he did, but that's not the way that salvation is going to come to the nation Israel. You see? So that's another indicator to show that the Balfour Declaration, okay, has nothing to do with the scriptures. Okay? Because if that were the case, there would be no more war. The world would be at peace. Okay? Which it obviously isn't. Okay? It was something else I wanted to speak to, but it's slipping my mind right now, and that's okay, because I basically just wanted to hit that point. Okay, these other nations ain't taking it anymore. All right, so hey, bust a move. Okay, oh, I know what I wanted to get. All right, the Wadi Yabashimi shot came back to my mind. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. In verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, you see, because we're at the end of his rulership, you see. So these things must come to pass. And see, we're seeing these prophecies unfold. We're watching these nations that were once considered weak. They've beaten, proverbially, their plowshares into spears, and their pruning hooks into swords, or however it's worded. Salakia if I spoke it wrong, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so that's where we are. Okay, here at the end, because these other nations the Heavenly Father is going to use to eliminate Babylon the Great. Okay, they're not beating those weapons. They're not beating those instruments of farming or agriculture into weapons of war for no reason. They're to be used. Okay, they're going to be used. Okay, and then they'll go back into that agricultural state. Okay, and get these plants and these crops to going for us. Okay, because we ain't gonna be doing. Okay. All right. So 2nd Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay. So it's just another indicator that we're at the end, and particularly at the end of Esau's rulership. All right. And that's it. Okay. I just wanted to do a response to that Babylon flinching. Okay. And the Spirit couldn't have picked a better shot than that. Trump chickens out. China mocks defeat. Of course they are. Now you're seeing all kind of videos coming out of China about how stupid Americans are, how our government sucks, okay, how they've been screwing us. Hell, one guy even said, you guys need a revolution, which he ain't lying. And, something's going to happen, okay? Because a lot of people have woken up to the fact that they've been getting screwed. And a lot of people are tired of that shit. Okay? There's going to be all out chaos here before the great day of the Lord. Okay? And this is just one more sign that we're that closer. So with that, I'm going to close. It's on to the next one. Until then, I say shalom.